Welcome to another basketball edition of the Adrienne Ross Show. Why do you say that, Adrienne? Because I talk about other things other than basketball, which some people don't know. But I've been spending a whole lot of time on basketball during this WNBA season. Well, let's get right to it. Caitlin Clark was just asked if she had any interest in being a part of the 3-on-3 basketball league that's set to start in January. You probably have heard of it. It's called Unrivaled, and it's been really hush-hush in terms of all the people who are going to be a part of it. We did hear that Angel Reese is in. We heard that recently. It is the brainchild of Breanna Stewart and Nafisa Collier. But there's been some speculation as to if Caitlin Clark will be a part of the league. Well, I think I kind of got an inside look at what the answer to that question just might be. Did Caitlin unwittingly let us in on her participation or lack thereof in the 3-on-3 league? You take a look, and then I'll tell you what I think. Check it out.
Caitlin, would you have any interest in the Unrivaled League in the offseason?
Honestly, I'm just focused on this right now, one thing at a time. Can't always just be moving on to the next. My focus is right here.
I'll be sorry.
Okay, let's just keep it here. I'm no body language expert, okay? But I do know a little something about people, okay? My background is in teaching, so I've worked with, young folks all the time. I've coached. I am a certified, John Maxwell certified speaker, trainer, and coach, a leadership trainer. So I've had a lot of experience with people. I said all that to say that involved in the church and ministry. So again, I've had a lot of experience with people, and I have just a little bit of common sense. Now, I'm not saying that Caitlin told me. I'm just saying, when I look at how she responded to the question, and I'm into communications, that's something else that I do training on and consider myself a communicator. When I watch how she communicated her response to the question, I think that unwittingly, Caitlin gave us some information. So first of all, we're going to go back to the question. And I'm glad someone asked. I don't know if anybody else has ever asked her, but I'm glad it was asked. So here the question begins. So she turns and she looks at the person asking the question. Look at the face. Look at that, just processing, listening to your question. So
The Unrivaled League.
okay. Do you have any interest in the Unrivaled League? First thing is we get as she opens her mouth to speak. Okay, you guys are gonna be like, that's weird. I'm just saying. Okay, I just want you to just pay attention, and then you can tell me what you think in the comments.
The offseason.
And then the smile. Immediately the smile after the question. And then what does she do? She averts her attention. She's looking at him. Then what does she do? She turns and she looks in the other direction, still got the little smile on her face. She answers the question, as you can see, looking in the other direction, not looking at the person at all. Then she kind of gives him a glance. Then she looks away again. She's smiling. She looks back. She looks back again, and she turns away. She smiles, big old smile, closes her eyes and turns away. Okay, so let's hear it, and then we can see exactly how this is unfolding. Hang with me, all right?
Would you have any interest in the Unrivaled League in the offseason?
Honestly,
I'll turn away.
I'm just focused on this right now.
I'm just focused on this right now. I'm just focused on this right now. What kind of answer is that to the question? I'm just focused on this.
One thing at a time.
One thing at a time. Really, it's not really a hard question. Caitlin Clark is a very smart young woman. She can handle focusing on the WNBA starting up again this week and saying, no, I have no plans to be in the Unrivaled League. It's really easy, okay? And you can certainly do it looking at a person. She didn't.
Let's just be moving on to the next. My focus is right here.
Okay, what an interesting spot. You can't keep moving on to the next. Really? The next what? There's nothing to move on to if you're not gonna be in the league, right?
Right here.
How bizarre.
Okay, so back up again here.
I'm just focused on this right now, one thing at a time.
One thing at a time. There must be a second thing if you're focused on one thing.
You can't always just be moving on to the next. My focus is right.
You can't always just move on to the next. My focus is right here. Smile, look away. There it is. Smile, look away.
Pretty interesting in the Unrivaled league in the offseason.
You know, honestly, I'm just focused on this right now, one thing at a time. You can't always just be moving on to the next. My focus is right here.
How bizarre.
I'm no body language expert, but I know a little something about communication and I know something about people. And I understand that she could have easily said, no, I'm not, no one's talked to me about the league. I'm just taking care of business. But no, she turned her attention away. She said, I'm just, one thing at a time. I'm just focused on this right now, which means I cannot answer the question. So that means, number one, they obviously have asked her about the league. That's not a big bombshell. I can't imagine you having a 3-on-3 league starting. You need people to be invested in it. I know they've got investors, but I mean even invested in it. You need media. You need a lot of stuff to make this thing work. You need Caitlin Clark. So obviously the question was asked. So that's not a big bombshell. But to me, her response is definite evidence of that. Okay. She was clearly asked. One thing at a time, she said. It looked to me, if I were, I was gonna say if I were a betting woman, I'm not sure I'd bet on it even if I were. But I'm gonna say I'm leaning towards her answer being yes, that she's in the league. Now it's also possible that she's not given them an answer yet as to whether or not she'll accept the offer to be in Unrivaled. The offer was made. Obviously, to me, it's obvious. The offer was made. Otherwise, she would have said there was no offer made. Okay, so the offer was made. So number one, either she is in and she obviously can't say because we don't know all the people in it. I don't know why they told us about Angel Reese, but number one, the offer was made and she is in, but she can't say. Or number two, she hasn't let them know yet, and therefore she's certainly not going to tell the media first. I'm leaning toward the first thing I said. And it's not like I just want Caitlin to be an Unrivaled. Actually, I kind of don't. I kind of really don't want her to be in Unrivaled because of, the way she was been treated, the way people have spoken of her in these group of women. Of course, not everyone, but the way it has gone down, I kind of want to go, no, Caitlin, don't even. Yet I also understand that the WNBA season is short, and I doubt she's going overseas to play like some of these other players do. And so you've got about 8 months of what? I mean, if she joined the league, at least, in January, she's playing again, and so maybe to keep her fresh, maybe to build relationships, maybe to help build the brand, maybe she has decided, this sounds rather cool. I just, so I get that part. And also we, some people are leaving comments like, I can't wait till the WNBA season starts up again, the second half. I'm ready to see Caitlin play. A lot of people on my channel anyway are saying that we're ready to see some fever play. So that's cool for those of us who enjoy watching Caitlin Clark play. Then there'll be another opportunity to watch her play. So there are upsides to it. But I just have to say, part of me is sort of like, do you really want to do that? Anyway, let me know in the comments what your thoughts are. When I see that, I'm inclined to think she's in, but she can't straight out say it. It's also a possibility that, she hasn't answered yet whether or not she's going to be in, so she can't say. But what's clear is she's been asked, the offer is on the table, and she either knows it's a yes, which I think is the deal, or I ain't telling yet. I'm not even telling them yet. So you know I'm not telling you. So let me know your comments. Speculation, of course. What is your speculation? Also, if you have not subscribed to the channel, we're approaching 16,000 still. I'm looking forward to being able to say we've reached 16,000. So help me build the community by subscribing and clicking the like button, sharing, commenting if you can do so respectfully. I'll catch you next time, God willing. God bless you abundantly.